What's up? What's up? What's up? That was a little wonky there. What's going on? Welcome to So I Was in This House. I am your host. My name is Everett, and I am here with two remarkable individuals that, if you're in the industry at all, service industry, you'd have to be living under a rock to not know. I have Joshua Crouch, and I have Tertiary Blissett. Blissett.
It doesn't matter. It's not important.
Whatever.
You're right. It's
I call him asshole. I don't even know if that works for you. You call him that too.
Whatever.
Very cool. You call him asshole. Before we get started with the conversation today, I'm really excited about having this conversation because it's something that I'm actually like. I've sort of a changed man recently, but I wanted to talk to anybody who is interested in. I sit on the board of the Texas Air Conditioning Contractors Association in North Texas, which encompasses Dallas, kind of all the way down to Waco, but it's yeah. So we're doing an event. We have speakers. It's a one-day expo. There's going to be speakers, some training, booths. The doors are going to open at 8 a.m. It's on October 3rd. There's a website set up for it. You can check it out. We have Matt Michelle and keynote speakers, Matt Michelle, and we have Billy Stevens, and there's other speakers that are going to be there. Billy's local to Dallas, so that was very, that was really, really quite. Whenever I listen to Billy speak in his story, it's just, he has an episode on this podcast too. So he's just interesting to talk to, being like a trades guy, but also just being he used to own a marine company where he literally cleaned the bottom of boats in Corpus Christi. Like this is a true story when he was younger. There's going to be breakouts. There's going to be economists there. Ben Stark's going to be there. Joe Cunningham's going to be there. Women in HVAC-R, they're hosting a Mimosa networking event there. And we have sponsors. One of the sponsors for that HVAC Trailblazer event in Dallas is also Cooper and Hunter, who is the podcast sponsor for me for So I Was in This House podcast, as well as the New York Yankees, who are the greatest baseball franchise to ever live.
The Brewers are better this year, just I'm just saying.
You might be right. Lemon seed
Especially
marketing is going to be there.
Going down, man. You got nothing left now.
We'll see what happens. Colleen Keyworth from Online Access is going to be there, which many of you know.
Oh, she's all right.
So if and there's going to be some podcasters there too. Hopefully, Josh and Tersh can make it, but I'm not really sure if they can. So,
what's the date on that?
Why don't you tell me the date of your event, and then I'll tell you.
Ours is October 3rd through 5th.
Yeah, so this is a 1 day. So if you're in Dallas and you happen to not be going to their event, then you would go October 3rd to the HVAC. Again, it's a local event. It's intended for just people in Dallas. Your event is actually in Savannah, Georgia, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Yes. So what the heck's going on with this event? Tell me, like, what kind of sparked it? How did it all happen? Like, I'm trying to figure out what the goal was here, or how it came together, or did people come to you and say, hey, you really should do an event here?
Well, it kind of was that. And, we've been presenting in breakouts a lot over the past 8 months or so, a little bit more than that. And it's been AI and automation in the trades. And it's one of those things where after the event or after our presentation, we get a lot of people that come up and say, hey, we want to learn a lot more about this. And so we wanted to take advantage of the fact that I've been friends, Julie and I have been friends with Jesse and Emily since they came to Savannah, which are this is the president of the Savannah Bananas. And we thought it was just a natural fit for us to rent out a section of the Banana Stadium and make that part of an event where we can hang out and spend more than just 45 minutes talking about AI and automation in the trades.
Yeah. And it kind of just came together.
Yeah. And Julie's an event planner. Like, that's what she does. And so it was really natural fit for us to go in and do that. And so
Tersh and I would not be able to execute something at this level without people like Julie, who can organize and plan 8 months before we even get involved.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, those events. I mean, I always thought, like, hey, let's just get a hall. We'll get together. We'll do some stuff, and everything's good. And I'm like,
that's what me and Julie do. Yeah, that's what me and Joshua do. We were like, yep, let's just hang out.
Just tell us where we need to show up, and then we'll come.
We probably need a ballroom of some sort.
Right. I don't know, just some chairs and a table and something, a mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I recently had kind of a come to Jesus moment where I was, sort of like overwhelmed with doing stuff, and I had to prepare documents and everything else. And so I don't know if you've obviously listened to me talk, Tersh and Josh. We've hung out many, many times. I'm a very human, very interactive person who just absolutely loves to just have a face-to-face interaction. And I'm sort of like, I was very anti-AI for pretty much the majority of the time that it's been around. And I know that
why was that?
Because
first, curiosity.
There's a little fear in there, candidly, right? I mean, it's a little scary. Like, I'm like, okay, well, this is ridiculous. We're entrusting all this information, what's getting fed in, what's getting spit out, right? But so fast forward, the way that I use it now, which is crazy that I can say that, the way that I use it now is like, I will form lots of notes, lots of thoughts, lots of things. And the thing that it helps me do is sort of organize and condense those things. And then like, I can honestly say that like, it's really helped me to become more concise in certain ways. And I'm not using it in the way like that you guys are going to be teaching people on how to do it, where you're taking, I'll let you guys talk about it. But
don't undersell yourself either, because there's a ton of people out there who are not even using Chat GPT yet. Like, maybe they've used it once or twice and they're like, it didn't really do anything for us. So, but what a lot of people don't realize is that you have to train the model as well. So Like I haven't Googled anything in probably 2 years now because I literally just asked ChatGPT or Perplexity.
Well, it's interesting. So I actually shared this in a post earlier this week because I did a breakout this weekend. It was like 40 contractors that got in Vegas, this trade winds event where they host them like quarterly, and it was all about marketing. And the first guy he was all about talking about ChatGPT and giving tips and stuff like that. And, he starts out by, hey, raise your hand if you used ChatGPT in the last week. And I would say everyone out of the 40 or so people, except for maybe like 3 or 4, raised their hand. So I went next, and Tersh and I talk about this a lot, is now how many of you have heard of Zapier or a tool like Zapier, make.com, things like that. And only like 3 or 4 hands went up. And what Zapier does, and this is where what people really want to happen, is they want data to move from one place, do something, move to another place, do another thing. They want it to actually, just like we've automobiles, right? We have an assembly line. Now a lot of it's automated through different mechanical things. We want data and things to be automated. Customers' information comes in. We want them to automatically be in our CRM with their name, phone, email, because otherwise it's data entry. We got to do it while we're on the phone, or we got to take the form submission, copy, paste, all this stuff. It's just really monotonous work. And that's just a basic example. But tools like Zapier, that's where, honestly, Tersh and I, that's how we initially started bonding and got to know each other in 2016, 2017, something like that. I was running as like an operations manager. I think Tersh, you were starting Icebound or right around that time frame. And we're like, this thing called Zapier was amazing. Like, what is this thing? And then of course it didn't integrate with anything, but it was
the way that you put that. It's so, I love how you put that. Like I've never had anybody explain it like that. That's so right. Like you're just trying to get your data from here to here. And so, yes. And so obviously that integration with Zapier, everything, is there anything that doesn't use, it's used all over the place.
Yeah.
And in today's world, almost everything integrates with it.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
And if you can't
Except
do
for
it,
Field Edge. If you're watching this, like, please fix your API. Like, for the love of God, please help us.
That's a
help
definite pain point for us, for sure. You can use webhooks. If
you know what, I'm gonna get them as a sponsor now. But like Field Edge, hey, you guys got to sponsor me. Yeah.
It's one of those things where like even if it's not integrated into Zapier, there's probably still a way to connect things using webhooks. And we're not going to go into details with webhooks because it just gets confused. It makes the water muddy. But yeah, absolutely. Like Josh mentioned, it's a bridge. Think of it like a bridge between two softwares that connect.
So it goes a lot deeper though. Okay. And so now that's the surface levels, like cool. ChatGPT is cool. I enjoy the aspect of condensing my words and then putting it together. Now here comes the other sort of stuff, right? It's like, okay, it's a slippery slope, right? This is my small worldview of like, here it comes. That job's lost. This job's lost. Oh, now in this and that and everything. And now it's like, oh, well, now the robots are taking over the world. And so, again, my small worldview is saying like, I don't want to use this. I want to stay superhuman. I want to have an interaction with a human being. I don't ever want to give that up to and I think it's been proven because listen, virtual sales in general, think about this for a second here. Virtual sales in general in our field, not in another field, in HVAC, plumbing, home services, largely is done. I'm not saying there aren't online tools. I'm not saying there aren't virtual tools. There are. Largely all of it's done in person.
Yeah. Yeah. But how would you feel if you could listen to the conversation that you had and immediately, almost, let's say, nearly immediately, you can debrief your own, like go back, just like you're playing sports and you go back and you watch the play. Like
and
you
have
can
an
listen
aha
to,
moment.
Yeah.
But instead of having to watch an hour of game tape, it puts it into 30-second
instantly. And it's like, hey, this is where you dropped the ball. This is where you fumbled. And next time, do it this way to try it out. And then you can A/B test yourself.
One thing that I will say, and this is a slippery slope when it comes to this topic. One thing I will say is that although Plod, let's say, right, or these other tools that can record and then can condense the conversation and give you highlighted notes. Here's what it can't do, especially if you're in sales or service and you're interacting with customers. Here's what it can't do. It can't tell body language. It can't tell intonation in your voice. It can't tell when you're being a little bit coy or you're being a little bit more subjective or you're asking a question because you're trying to invoke a response. It'll never, and I don't think, I mean, until there's a true robot, right? It'll never get to that point. So yes, from a word standpoint, like tools like Rilla, these are great tools. But from understanding the dynamics of an emotional, intelligent conversation, it's virtually impossible. And so just keep that in mind. I'm not saying, listen, your guys, your techs, you should all be able to sum up those things in some sort of concise way. But I think we do need to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and Tersh and I are big believers in having this stuff take the monotonous, the things that are maybe not your favorite things to do that really drive you crazy that you have to do every week. You know,
email,
things like invoicing, email. Maybe you don't like creating social media posts. Like, for instance, I was just playing around with something today because we already, all of our clients, this is on Relentless' side, but obviously through our stuff with Trade Automation Pros, it makes it a little easier for us to kind of figure this out. But we take job data, job notes, job summaries, turn them into Google Business Profile posts that are very relevant to people in that area. And then you can take that same thing, and we do this for our podcast too. We literally take one episode and can throw it in with some prompts and have 30 different pieces of content all over the place. And that's why and Tersh probably hears this the same as I do, is like literally every time they open their phone, they see us. And it's intent, right? Because one, no human has enough time to like you literally have to be on this thing 24/7.
No, I'm in the boat, dude. You guys turned me on to it was actually Tersh that turned me on to Opus, and I use it for every single episode. It clips it for me. It's not perfect, right? It doesn't capture everything that I want to, but it does a good enough job where I can then go in and I can, start to take the ones that I want. I haven't gotten to the point where I automate the actual like blasts that go out there.
Oh, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because honestly, you need to have the human in the loop. You need to have, because the thing about it is the large language models, they update, it feels like every week now almost. So like you can have it rocking and rolling, and then the next thing you know, OpenAI decides to update to 4.7.
Well, GPT-5 is coming out sometime in August.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's July 29th, so within a couple weeks.
And
go ahead, sorry.
Well, you never know, and then it starts throwing in these stupid M dashes, and you can't get them out unless, like, every single time. It's like, all right, I've never seen so many
M dashes. Like, of all the years writing and reading English, and all of a sudden M dashes are everywhere.
I mean, it's a dead giveaway that ChatGPT wrote it, because like nobody uses M dashes, not in the same manner as what ChatGPT does, anyways.
Hey, I just want to note that Jason Walker is in the chat. Jason Walker from HVAC Masters of the Hustle, the OG HVAC podcast, by the way. Got to give it up to the OG Jason Walker. And Jason, thank you for that. The podcast does look great. And this is actually, a testament. Tersh really, learned me a lot of stuff. I'm not nearly the production value that Service Business Mastery is, but so I was in this house.
Dude. It's awesome.
So Tersh the Podfather.
The Podfather. Jason's episode is actually number 2 overall, I think, on all episodes that I've aired. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He had some cool stories.
He's got some good stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. So that's been my journey. My journey is now I'm very much warmed up to it, because it has saved me time, and that's something that I can't get back.
Yep.
Right. You can make more money. You can make a lot of things. You cannot make more time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where like some people are like, I don't want to give access to my emails to ChatGPT or whatever platform it is to analyze the email and then, create a draft. It's not going to send the actual email response, but what it's going to do is just create a draft for you to read, go back and like proofread it before you send it. But those are the same people that I also find have, 1,400 unread emails in their inbox. So it's like, okay, So we're not going to read emails at all, and we're not going to acknowledge any emails. Evan would.
Evan Hoffman.
You would tap that, Evan.
From the previous HVAC Success Secrets Revealed, but now it's called Let's Vent.
Let's Vent.
He just said, I'd tap that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
We know.
By the way, still waiting on that first episode, bro. Still waiting on that one to drop, homie. What is the main? I'm going to ask this question. What is the main resistance? Like I spoke of my like fears of it, but what's the main resistance to all the AI? And can you do me a favor and sort of like compartmentalize the different types? Like if you had to put 3 main categories of what AI is now doing in a service business, what would those things be?
Do you want to go, Tersh, or you want me to start?
Honestly, for me, I'll take one of them, and that is improving the coaching in for different positions, consistency. So like there's some automations that we have built out where as soon as a call taker, a CSR, takes a call inside of, let's say, Service Titan, analyzes the information and then puts it back in the job notes a very consistent way. So then every time the technician sees it, they know like the 3rd line down is going to be the problem that the client has. The 4th line down is going to be, have they used us before? Like it's a very consistent message to the technicians. We have a program that is listening to phone calls and it's making the CSRs better, you know? And so these are coaching opportunities, not replacement opportunities, but coaching opportunities for making someone better within the home service industry. And the thing about it is if you're replaced by AI, it's because you didn't embrace it. If you embrace it, it's going to make you better. If you are like super standoff against it, if you're like super keep it at arm's length, that's the ones that are going to potentially get replaced by AI.
Yeah, I mean, we got like you look back at like how Google won the search war back in the the .com days, which like us, we were probably high school at that point, so we probably didn't understand really what was going on.
Don't lie, Josh. You were already 5 years into your first career.
I actually when I was speaking solo this weekend, I made sure to bring up the fact that you were older than I was.
Whatever. Look at you. Just look at you.
But like with email,
you're both handsome. Now
thank
stop.
you. Appreciate that. That's the first time Tersh been called handsome in his life.
Whatever.
But with the damn it, Tersh, you totally lost my train of thought. But yeah.
Oh, come on.
I would say the main resistance, I don't know if there's as much resistance to AI. I think the problem is people use it, but they don't really know how to use it well. They're just like, hey, write me a post, write me an email, write me a blog. They don't give it any context. Like most prompts, when you see, I'm sure most of you guys have seen like these prompts where people share them on social media posts. They're fairly thorough. But what's beautiful is like, honestly, a lot of times, and especially as my usage, and I know Tersh does this too, has gotten better, I usually have ChatGPT write the prompt for me that I want. I'm like, I give it the context, be like, I need you, you're an expert prompt engineer. I want you to write a prompt for this. And my outputs are fantastic because I'm getting a great prompt from an engine that knows how to write great prompts.
Can I give a tip really quick? If I'm going to wait for you to respond first.
No, go ahead. No, you can't. This is literally like what listening to us on Service Business Mastery sounds like.
Are you giving advice right now?
I will. Right Anybody that's listening,
go ahead.
If you have ChatGPT, please go in and customize your ChatGPT. It's very simple. All you have to do is just open up the sidebar, go down to your name, where your name's at. If you're on mobile, it's on the bottom left. If you're on desktop, it's at the top right. And it's very simple. All you have to do is click on your name and then go to personalization. And is that what it is? Personalization, customize ChatGPT, and literally you just tell ChatGPT how you want it to respond, what kind of tonality it is, and give a little bit of background of yourself. And every single time you talk to ChatGPT, it's going to respond to you exactly how you've mentioned it in there. So then you don't have to go in and correct things and retrain it and things like that every thread that you go through. So, I mean, it's something as simple as take 5 minutes to do that. I think that's I know that's the biggest resistance to automation, is the fact that it takes time to set up the automation. And people are like, well, I can just fill out a check really fast. But yet, if you went in and did your bill pay and set it up to automatically recurring, then, take 10 minutes to do that. Now you don't have to write a check every month.
Well, that's what we talk about a lot in the presentation. We've added this the last couple times. If it takes you an hour to set up, but I'll give you an example. This is the first automation we always share because it layers ChatGPT in with a task that most people don't really love doing, which is replying to Google reviews and then creating social media posts from those great Google reviews. And you can layer in a prompt with the automation. So a new Google review comes in, which is the trigger that starts off the entire workflow. Run it through ChatGPT, give it a prompt about your business, and then give it the context of the review. And these replies they're really good. Like, seriously, like I shared some screenshots. I used your account this weekend, Tersh, on that one I did. And
sweet.
His replies are way better than anything I've ever written. And I used to have to reply to these myself when I was back in the trades. And I hated it. I would literally let 40 or 50 of these things pile up because I'm like, I don't know what to say to everybody, especially the 5 stars with no comments. I'm like, well, thanks for the great review. Like, what do you say? And there's just things like that. And then again, taking something that already happened to you. And I think this is the part most people miss. They want to write a post. So they go ChatGPT, write me a post about this. Well, it's going to be the same regurgitated nonsense that everyone else has used. But if you're using your job data or your reviews or things that happen to you or your podcast episodes or your YouTube videos, and you're repurposing that content, that is still unique content created by that person or from that job.
Yeah.
You use that stuff, and that's really where you're able to get the value from it, is because you're not just repurposing the same crap everyone else has.
I agree with you. Now, I want to talk about earlier on today. First of all, so it's safe to say, Tersh, getting your technicians, getting your staff better, that was one compartment of what you could do with AI. Another thing that Josh referenced was menial tasks, responding to things that are like sort of like vanilla. They don't require like, very, extreme. It's unimportant interaction, like important, but not right. So, okay. But now this brings me to, and we talked about how you can automate your social media posts. Earlier on today, Dan Antonelli posted a, angsty, not angry. He's not an angry guy. An angsty post that said, "Hey guys, all you people out there using AI to write your social media posts, it's like regurgitated. Everybody knows it's not real. Like and honest. And here's the thing, I'm gonna be inclined to agree. I really agree with him on this one, because I think that people just take regurgitated crap, they throw it on their social media feed. It's bullshit. It's meaningless. And and here's where I do get a little bit ruffled under the feathers, because I do actually sincerely enjoy not millions of posts, but like I like to personally respond to things. I think it's more human. And I've been seeing more and more and more. Dude, I get people in PR companies reaching out to me continuously, and you guys do too, of like, oh, I think you should have this guest on.
You know what my favorite is ever?
And oh my God, this is terrible.
When you get emails and like the name of the show is all black. So it's like literally like it's a merge tag, and they send the same email to everyone and they just fill in your name. The email.
Yeah.
Tersh and I send those back and forth.
Yeah.
Like,
my favorites now.
And I just sent it to everybody.
My favorites now are, in listening to the episode with Josh and Tersh, I noticed how you referenced the struggles that you had and blah, 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 blah. And then I'll read the next email. I'll say the same thing. It'll be like, did you know a guy by the name of Jim Smith who started his own blah, blah, blah company? And all I do now is I just respond with, I literally just go, I have a copy and paste. And I'm like, hey, listen, mine's more storytelling, but But if you want, and I'm like basically shoo him out the door. I'm like, if you want, you can. Here's
the easiest way to stop those emails
here's the door.
Simple. It's like, oh, we'd love to have them on the show. It's $2,500 per episode. Next.
And then silence.
Next. Yeah. Billy Dorkline. By the way, Billy was a podcast guest a couple of weeks ago, which he had a fantastic episode. Billy, your episode's done really well, actually. A lot of people have streamed the live stream, and I haven't even dropped the audio yet, so it should do really well. So I appreciate you, dude. Nothing matters on social media if it either doesn't give value in some way or is a relational and not transactional. No one cares otherwise.
And you can sniff out the sales.
But like, I don't want it to get to a point.
You can sniff out the sales. Like it's when people are making sales posts.
It's so disingenuous, though. And this is what I'm saying. And I get it. Like, you're putting flavor and you're putting flair into your stuff that you're like automating, and that's all well and good. But when it gets to a point where every single post, and now I'm like scrolling through mindlessly sometimes, like late at night, I'm trying to go sleep. Like, oh, let me see what's on here. And you go to the freaking reels, and literally you're like, oh yeah, is this real? Like, is this a real video? Or is that
irritating?
Video?
Yeah, that's irritating to me, especially whenever. So like my kids, they'll send me things, and they're like, is this real or not? And the fact that they have to ask me if it's real or not really pisses me off, because it could be something that's very outlandish and completely false advertising and everything else. And I mean, who's to say that it's true or not true? Because like, it's fake AI generated content. And those are the type things that I really it really irritates the snot out of me.
Josh is one of the guys who have value posts figured out. Yeah, dude.
When I'm not pissed.
Well, also, I will say most of your posts are contemporaneous. You are pissing people off. Most of your posts are contemporaneous. We've taken things offline, which we won't discuss right now, but of the way you feel about certain things. And dude, here's what I'll say. I'll say that you've got the platform and you still keep very civil. So that's very cool that you respect everybody's opinions, you respect everything. And then when you make a post, it's like, oh, wow, this is really neat. Listen to what he's saying right here. He's saying it, but he's not saying it.
Yeah, I think there's a way to have an authentic voice. I mean, the thing is, like, people want to see, just like what you guys are talking about. We don't know what is authentic and what is not anymore. So your authentic thoughts, the things that you like, the things that are real are what people want to see. Like, if you're always winning and you're never losing, you never have a bad day and you never have shit happen to you, people are like, okay, yeah, your life's great. We get it. Okay. Like, cool. You got the life, you're right. You're a liar because everyone else has got shit going on that it doesn't matter. Like, this is roller coaster. Like, that's life. It's business. Absolutely. And so having some authenticity and I think the biggest change for me over the last year is I literally actually spend some time to think and process things. Like, a lot of times stuff happens and it's just like, you don't even think about it. You're like, oh, I got to post on social. So you throw something together real quick, but like, you actually think through, like, what happened? How did you feel about it? What, like, you actually really process it versus just, well, someone else, all these other marketers are posting, I got to post, like, cause that's what people do. It's like I don't know what you'd call that, but like, social media is such somebody else did it, I got to do it. Right. I've seen people like, if I change my post strategy, all of a sudden other people are doing the same type of style of posts, and then people send them to me and they're like, yeah, well, okay, I got to change what I'm doing because now they're doing the same exact thing I am. And you got to it's just a constantly evolving game. But there's real stuff happening in your business. There's real lessons that you are going through with your team or your vendors or whatever. That's the stuff that people want to know about. Because one, we want to all know that we're not on this island, we're the only ones experiencing this thing, because it's not true. Everyone experiences the same things, but giving your thoughts and feelings on that, I think, are really important to keep us all connected and feeling like we're just human.
Yeah,
we make
absolutely. Mistakes. Can I add the third one? Okay, go ahead, Everett.
Okay, yeah. So no. Let's. We're gonna come back to it in 2 seconds here, guys. I have to. I have a sponsor. They're fantastic. It's Cooper and Hunter, and they put together. I just want to say they've got incredible VRF systems. Great company. I saw a billboard actually on Route 30 in Dallas today. It was today, and so they're going really hard. They got really lucky because the Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup, and they're the sponsor for the Florida Panthers. So they've gotten a lot. That's incredible,
back to
right?
back
Just
too.
to be right to sponsor the Florida Panthers, and then for them to win Stanley Cup not once but twice, and then to sponsor, the fastest growing podcast in the industry. That's like two amazing things, by the way.
Cooper and Hunter's new peak unit runs efficiently up to 19 SEER 2 with BTU capacity that ranges between 18 to 55,000 for indoor and outdoor units. Compared to a traditional gas furnace, Peak's revolutionary design is ready to step in without a hassle, thanks to its adaptive multi-voltage. True high-performance hyper units provide a 100% heating output at negative 13 degrees. Looking inside the unit, the new M-Coil is highly efficient and provides a better airflow that reflects in a higher static pressure. Our Smart Kit is included, giving you access to control your device from the comfort of your phone. Peak stands for powerful, efficient, auto voltage detection, and quiet. To learn more, visit our website or talk to your local distributor. Cooper and Hunter, addicted to comfort.
Cool. So we had put together 3 compartments of what you could do with AI in your business, in your service business. One was making your text better with, I don't even know what you would call that really. One would be doing like menial sort of tasks or automating things like certain bookkeeping things,
data
right?
entry,
Like email automation,
information, taking customers' information from like an open estimate and putting it into a campaign that you already pre-created, things like that are going to save some time.
Yep.
For sure. And then the third one
Analysis.
is what, Tersh?
It does a great job at analyzing numbers and data in general. Literally, whether you throw it in, like obviously for me, just to be safe, rather be safe than sorry when it comes to the really like, I don't know what you like, the security aspect of it and not sharing your personal details. You could throw your P&Ls in there and just take your name out of it, leave the important information out of the P&Ls. And literally I've done this before live on calls, and actually it showed like, oh yeah, this month you should have done this, or the following month you should have done X. And if you want to improve next year, here's your trends. And 30 seconds, it's telling you what you did wrong or how to improve what you've done.
Well, and the thing with that, like the analyzing, think of it from like Tersh and I literally, the first time we met was at a war planning event out in New Jersey at CEO Warriors headquarters for 3 days. That is a very mentally taxing 3 days. You bring tons of spreadsheets, all your reports, and you come up with this huge plan for the year, it's great. It's very important. Mm-hmm. But to analyze all those numbers as a human, it is exhausting, like seriously exhausting. And to be able to take and get to the thing that you really need to know. And I think that's really where we're headed, and where the AI and some of the stuff is really valuable, is getting the insights so we can make decisions faster. Instead of spending hours analyzing something, we get to the point of like, okay, now I know, now I need to go make a decision about where I'm going to go next.
I wholeheartedly agree with this. One thing that I will say is, and I've obviously managed a P&L. I've taken sometimes the process of getting to the answer on your analyzation, on your P&L, is the process of doing it. I'm not saying that getting the answer quicker and then being able to action that, but there is revelation in the process. And so, although I do think there's a place, especially if you're a sole proprietor or you're a small business owner, like you don't have the time to sit there through that. But I will say, do you agree with me?
Yes and no. I would just say that it even when you have someone else that can do it, you have a team of people, you have a CFO, you have everything else. It's really nice to just like toss it in there and be like, let's double check what they're thinking. And sometimes like most of the times it agrees with your team. Like I've more often than not, that's what I'm finding is that it agrees with them. But then there's times where it's like, well, you should look at it from this angle and think about this aspect of it. And because sometimes we have blinders on, and it's like, this is the way it's always been. This is the way we've always done things. So that's how it is. And so having something, not necessarily ChatGPT, there's tons of programs out there now that can do this, and having them analyze it, and not only analyze it once a year, but I mean, why not daily? Why not have it automatically analyzing everything daily? It's like, how are you year to date? How are you month to date, week to date? So far.
That's really how like Tersh and I started, as we kept talking about automation and what could we do with it. And we couldn't really figure out, like, we started getting asked to do like breakouts, and we didn't have anything to sell, like literally nothing. Like, we're like, we should probably have something because we keep getting asked to talk about it, but we had nothing. And we started putting together a course, like from literally, this is what Zapier is, and this is how to search for things, to like actually building out some really cool stuff, because the goal is to save time. Like we talked about earlier, Everett, nobody's getting time back.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of businesses, a lot of people, some of the people that have commented on this, they work their asses off. That's why they've been able to be successful, like Billy, like Jason. They've been able to be successful. But if we can get time back in our life because I know they both have families, Tersh and I have families, and we like to travel and do stuff, we're going to miss out on the important stuff by working constantly. That whole grind mentality, which like honestly 5-10 years ago was like, even now there's still a lot of that out there. Like, just grind through it. Doesn't matter if you're getting 4 hours of sleep a night, just grind through it. We have the technology. If we just spend the time learning it or hiring someone that knows it, we're going to save time, so we can actually focus on the things that really give us, that we have passion for.
So here's a perfect example of what Josh is talking about. Why not every single day allow an AI agent to log into your vendor account and double check your pricing and update the pricing in your price book based on what the costs are at your supply house, or take and compare the prices that you were told you were going to be paying to the prices that are currently in your vendors. So
that's really not exciting work for a human to do.
It's boring, monotonous.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly.
As someone who's managed a price book for multiple, that sucks.
And it's also there's human error there. That I mean, granted, we've all found errors in ChatGPT, but when we're doing it at mass quantities like that, it's a lot less likely that the OpenAI or whatever program you're using is going to make those same errors. Billy asked if there's a bot to do it. It's not a bot. It's there are ways to do it in that though, and I'm happy to show people how to do it. But it's really not hard either to do either. They're making, and it's, give it 6 months and it's going to be as simple as using ChatGPT, I would guess.
Evan says, did y'all see the study that was done with doctors and seeing the effectiveness of diagnosis with pure doctors plus AI, and lastly, pure AI? I did not. I don't want to be scared, so please don't tell me the results here. Well,
I can tell you the results from the study that he's talking about. And
I don't think I saw that one, Tersh. I'd love
it. So it was a very challenging diagnosis, and it was something like, don't quote me on this, but it was something like a 30% accuracy in.
Uh-oh.
Everett, why is it every time I get on a damn podcast with you, somebody freezes?
Literally
freezes. The last time I was on with you, your power went out.
Yeah, I remember that. You
took over.
Talking
to myself.
I published that podcast too, and it's out there. So you have a quarter of that podcast.
So once
me.
So what did you hear? Whenever I froze up,
I heard you say
30%. Okay, so 30%. The doctors alone could figure out 30%. And by the time they got to AI only, it was like 90% accuracy.
Wow.
I wholeheartedly believe that AI has the potential to solve cancer. Now, getting out of politics and big pharma, I don't know if it's actually going to happen because of Like they can't make money
That's
on
a
it
whole
if you solve
different
it.
discussion.
But yeah.
So is there okay? But like okay, so now this is where it gets interesting, right? Because AI is only as good as the input, and there's a lot of input, right? So, and I know there's algorithms and don't right, but the big argument is like
to an extent, it also learns itself.
Somebody can really mess with the world if you like throw everything and give it to AI, and then all of a sudden, but now as I'm saying it, it's like the same thing happened when they were like, saying computers, like I've got my file cabinet over there, and guess what? Every single file on there, I put the name on there and the sticker, and I know every little thing. And if I put that in a computer, well, guess what? That computer could do all sorts of weird things with it. But we all use computers. We all use cash registers that have computers.
If you want to be scared, you should be terrified of your cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Your cell phone literally has all your data, your cards saved on it. I'm sure you typed your social. There's probably got pictures of your driver's license at some point for something you needed.
Yeah, this is just the world we live in. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, I always say, like, you want to set back the clock. You just, somebody just throws off an EMP and just turns the lights out. That's it. Done. Just that's it.
A very large part of the population that probably couldn't function.
The vast majority of it, and it really comes down to farming. That's really what it comes down to. There's just people don't produce their own food, right? So it's like, then you got to figure out, okay, all the refrigeration, everything is like run on like electric. I mean, just, you're done. I mean, I give society like, it's a few months, and then, the survivals will survive and rebuild, and that'll be the way. Kind of a dismal kind of thing. But, the crazy part about it is that they talk about like solar flares having that ability, like large solar flares. They just, I don't know if you guys saw this, but like there was like I guess the Parker, it's like the closest probe we've ever gotten to the sun. They just released these pictures. And they have these just remarkable pictures from, it's the closest, you got to look it up. NASA's got it on there and stuff like that. Evan wanted to add a note on the AI plus doctors. He goes, the alarming thing was the doctor plus AI was the most alarming. It was only 70% because they let their bias get in the way. Yes. And that's, part of the human sort of thing. Billy says, if shit ever hits the fan, do not go to Walmart. Do not loot Walmart. Go to the antique store. Yeah.
That's true. That is a good point, Billy.
Somebody told me it's going to be like the best weapon's going to be the 22, because within a few months, all the cattle are gone, and you're going to be going after small game, squirrels, rabbits, stuff like that.
Honestly, though, like you need to learn how to trap. But
you probably do a good job over there in your compound out there in Georgia, man. I can't wait to get out there.
She's got like an army of kids that all like shooting stuff. So
they do.
Do you have a fence around your property, Tersh?
We don't need one.
Oh, okay. You're way out there.
He's way out there.
We are.
So you're not actually in the city proper. You're outside the city.
Yeah. We're an hour outside of Savannah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're in the boonies, bro.
We are.
What kind of game do you have on your property?
Whitetail, coyotes, rabbits, rattlesnakes. The
hogs
good stuff.
Sometimes.
Hogs, yeah. Yeah, we have some hogs.
I get to hear all these stories. That's fine. I feel like I live there sometimes because I hear all this stuff.
All right, guys. I want to talk about your event it's a 3-day event, October 3rd to the 5th, right?
Yep.
I want to talk about what's going to happen, who's going to be there, where's my free ticket, all that stuff. Yeah.
We got you.
It's in the mail. It'll be there October 6th.
Good night, guys. All right. Well, before we go into that, hold on. We got a big, long comment. I'm just going to throw it up here. Going back on what you said earlier, Tersh was right on. ChatGPT is only as sharp as the permission you give it. If you treat it like a cheerleader, it will agree with everything.
Absolutely.
If you treat it, say, like a partner in war, it'll show you your blind spot. Ryan Fisher, really appreciate that. Oh, blind spots. It can show you your flaws. Let's say in your P&L, it can be the fastest path for you when correctly used. Don't turn ChatGPT into a yes man. Ryan Fisher. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that goes into the customization and personalization of your ChatGPT. Make sure you put a note in there not to be a yes man. Like, challenge me, challenge my perception on whatever it is that we're talking about. Just because I don't agree with you, don't just agree with me. You know what I mean? So if you put that into the personalization, then you'll start getting pushback from ChatGPT. And my ChatGPT, her name's Lexi, short for lexicon. Also ask your ChatGPT to name you. And it's pretty comical, the names that it comes up with. But Lexi.
What's your name?
Sir Zaps a lot.
Sir Zaps a lot?
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, I know the real reason why tertiary. And by the way, I heard the name tertiary. I heard it for the first time other than our conversation like a couple of days ago, where somebody said like they were the third and they said tertiary. And I was like, that's the
Very
first
few
time.
people say that word.
Yep. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Remember your color palettes. So yeah, she'll cuss me out. I cuss her out. We have a very volatile relationship, but yeah.
I don't even know why you do that with your chat GPT, because you could just ask me the opinion and I will give it to you and probably disagree with you most of the time anyways.
Right. Well, I don't listen to you. So.
Oh gosh. I think, you know what, Tersh, I think maybe just argue with Julie. Call it a day. Call it a day.
She punches, so like chat doesn't. So
maybe
good.
You need to get punched, bro.
I probably do. Which is why I talk to chat.
Okay, so the event, who's going, what's happening, who's invited, who's not invited?
Yeah, I can give the rundown of it. October 3rd through the 5th, it's in Savannah. We are going to, this really is like, because a lot of events, they have different breakouts and a lot of it's, business stuff. This is strictly going to be focused on the current and future of the trades. It's not all going to be AI and automation, but we're going to have like Marcus Sheridan, who wrote They Ask You Answer in his new book, Endless Customers, which talks about, it really plays in well with AI search and where consumers are going and what they're expecting. We had him on the pod. He's a brilliant speaker. We're very excited for him. We're going to have the president, I believe, of the Savannah Bananas talk probably about branding.
Oh, wow.
Colleen Keyworth is going to be there. She's going to be talking about all the different platforms and things like that. We are also going to have Zach Garside, who is a phenomenal speaker. He's the president of Prolific Brand Designs, and he is really, really great at storytelling emails. And he's going to talk about automating, nurturing your customer database through email. And then Tersh and I are going to be doing an implementation workshop on the second day in the morning. So we're really going to get to the nitty gritty, find some use cases and examples that the crowd wants, and we're going to build them live and talk about what are the next steps for people that want to build those things.
Oh, that's cool. So you're going to do some like live, like just do it.
Yep. We're going to do, so we'll have some workshopping, and then of course we'll have educational things. And then the highlight is going to be I think that's is that the Friday night or Saturday night, Tersh? The Saturday night, the Savannah Bananas game. We have the VIP section, which is about 150 tickets all to ourselves for networking and just getting a new experience. I mean, it's really hard to get Savannah Banana tickets these days. They have done some phenomenal stuff. They're selling out 80,000 seat football stadiums for baseball games. Like, and so when it comes to like branding and customer experience, just being around that, I think is great, because you're going to get a different perspective on how you can improve your business's customer experience.
It's exciting,
dude. This looks like a top-notch event, man. I mean, it looks pretty amazing. I'm excited. I really hope I can attend.
Yeah. We actually got a new sponsor today who they actually have, it's a really cool program. I don't want to spill the beans yet because I don't know what level they are, but I'm 90% sure they're going to be speaking at the event as well. And it's automating employee, how do you say that? Relationships, reward systems for employees. Are you familiar with that concept?
To help build culture.
Are you talking about? No, I don't. Maybe I don't know what you're referring to.
So it's basically a reward system for technicians. So whenever they get a review, they get so many dollars, and they get
rewarded. I've demoed these things before. Super cool, and it's almost like gamified. Like there's a company called Gamify actually that does this.
Yeah. So
really?
Yeah. So help breed competition, and then of course reward employees for going to do the things that you want them to do. But it's automating the process instead of having to like manually put it on a sheet or write it down or track it, or at the end of the month go through and like, okay, let me look at all the reviews and see what they did. So it's really cool.
It's hands off. Everything's in there. All the prizes are handled in there. Then and all the guys can look at the leaderboard as they lead, like as they leave calls and stuff like that. It's actually really cool. Yeah,
it is.
I do really like the concept of that. I'm big into, I'm big into reward systems in general, right? Just treat your guys good. Let them, treat your guys, treat your gals good. I do disagree though with the greatest part of this whole thing is going to be, I don't know, Savannah Banana. I think the greatest part of this whole thing is really going to be just, I don't know, I'm gonna jump in your pool and stuff like that and hang out at your ranch. I think that's what's gonna
shoot some stuff.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's got to be something off the clock. That's gonna be my favorite thing. Yeah.
Honestly, I think being in a room of 150 people focused on where the industry is going and getting insights from people who really high level people and having those types of conversations, that's priceless. I mean, we are literally talking. This stuff's not going away. So like whether you decide you don't want to use it or not, it's not going anywhere. So other people are going to leverage it, and the people that want to leverage the technology and learn how to use it more effectively. Because like we had a text message conversation with someone today, and they're like, I use it. It's kind of like here and there, and I don't really like know how to really organize different things and create SOPs and job description, all these different things that can really speak. Like it takes me less than 5 minutes to write a job description for a brand new position for our company. Tersh can write an SOP in about 30 seconds.
Yep.
And this is part of the SOP all the way through because we have things that allow us to do that. So the things that really suck doing, like sitting down and writing an SOP, like who wants to do that? I mean, there's probably someone out there that I don't want to offend you. There's probably someone out there that likes doing that. Most people do not. They know they need them because Al Levy said so, but that is pretty much it. And then they're like, okay, I just want to have it done and put it in a binder and probably never look at it again. But you can update these things as you grow, as the company changes, and you can update them very quickly. So you can get back to doing the things that you love doing, hopefully revenue producing activities or sales or taking care of your customers, reaching out to your customers, things that really matter are going to community events. You can spend more human time doing human things.
I think we really hit that home with this episode. I think you're totally right. Like and even my mind's like, you definitely free up time to do other things, to focus on other things, to focus on the relationship,
the things that you love, the things you're passionate about, right? Because
it's just another tool.
We all do work that we hate, and why? If we can automate it, we haven't even talked. Like we don't probably have time to talk about this, but Tersh and I, we delegate a lot of things to virtual assistants or executive assistants or offshore team members too. And there's a whole, like, we're going to talk about that too, of like how to decide what can be automated versus what should be delegated, because we have great people. Like a lot of our social media stuff, my personal stuff I create, but most of the stuff is created by our team. And whether it's Relentless or Service Business Master, we don't personally make most of that stuff. And it keeps us in front of people all the time, and they do a great job. But you just got to find, like, certain things you want to automate, certain things cannot be automated and still have to human do it. But just hire a human that actually likes doing those things instead of someone like Tersh. Tersh hates posting on social media. He just doesn't like doing it. And that's okay. I don't mind doing it. I don't mind engaging with groups. And so I do that. But you just got to find what everyone really likes and then focus on the things and remove the things that you don't.
Guys, I put the registration link at the bottom here. It's tapintothefuture.ai, and it's on October 3rd to October 5th.
I will say real quick, Everett, July 31st is the end of early bird pricing for people. So if you are thinking of coming,
absolutely,
I would act in the next couple of days because the price is going to go up. So it's not a fake going up either. It's going to go up.
Brian Bohannon says, "Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan." I think he's posting this in response So about 8 years ago, I posted a backyard little video. And by the way, it's not public. It's a private video, but like my friends, just my friends, not my friends, just my friends can see it. And I had I Am a Real American playing in the background, right? Like blasting in a backyard. I'm like, at that point in time, I'm just shredded. Like, and I did a whole Hulk like ripped the shirt thing, the yellow shirt thing, yeah. And so I posted.
Now, did you put a little cut in it first so you didn't look like a fool ripping it, or did you just straight
no, dude, I could rip that thing. Okay, yeah. I mean, if you guys want to see, you're more than welcome to go. For those of you that are friends,
I might take if you could.
For those of you that are friends, you can go on there.
Hulk Hogan, literally, like that's like childhood, man. Like that's what I think of is just. Oh yeah. I would have never started like. Yeah, I like professional wrestling. You can make fun of me. That's cool. The Rock is pretty cool too. So is Stone Cold, but Hulk Hogan was the OG.
Definitely.
Hulk Hogan, like everybody's dead. And here's the deal. I was at my barber the other day, and he has like he paid a lot of money for these paintings, and they're paintings of like old WWF wrestlers and stuff like that. Like on these 3 amazing paintings, 3/4 of them are dead. And all these guys should be alive, but I mean, when you do roids and you live the life.
Oh, those guys took a lot of stuff in the 80s and 90s.
Did you ever hear Ric Flair talk about the amount of alcohol and drugs that those guys consumed?
Yeah,
it's
it was
insane.
Pretty wild. Yeah,
and you know what's crazy is that Ultimate Warrior ended up being sort of
I saw that
a motivational speaker. I used to follow him, and then he died, but like. He was doing videos up to like 2016 or so, like on YouTube. And I'll never forget this. And I'll leave. I mean, at least my portion of this. He goes and he says, "Good morning." Like, he's just like, then he's like, "I just woke up. It's a beautiful morning." Like, he's like yelling at everybody. He's like, "You got to go grab your coffee, don't you? You got to grab your coffee, don't you? It's a beautiful morning. You just had a whole night of sleep, but you need your coffee."
Have you guys ever seen the guy? He's on all the social media platforms. It's always go to the fucking gym. That guy. If you're big,
so many of these guys now, dude. I don't know.
There's a guy. He's my
the guy with the beard. Is that the guy with the beard?
Like every day.
Not the meat guy who got sued or whatever.
No, I don't think that
the meat guy that got sued.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know what? Tersh, I'm gonna start sending you those videos so you go to.
Don't send them to me.
Well, you send me videos I don't watch all the time, so I might as well send some back that you don't watch.
Can we mute Josh? Can you like kick him out of here or something?
I actually can right here. I'm going to mute him right now. And
why do I feel like this is like Service Business Master right now? Like,
oh, sorry about that, Josh. I don't know what happened.
My man,
it slipped.
$20.
Yeah,
Liver King. No. That's him. Liver King. That's the guy I was thinking of. Evan,
the Liver King. Yes. Thanks, Evan. So guys. Last words, plug what you want. I know you got your event price. It's a 10-3 to 10-5 pricing. The better pricing ends July 31st.
Yeah.
What else?
That's the main thing right now. I mean, if you really want to learn this stuff, we do have a school, a program or a course and community on the school platform to get you off of Facebook, get you out of the noise in Facebook so you can really focus on growing. We teach you from soup to nuts how to do this stuff inside of that school group. It's $97 a month. Like literally one automation, you're going to save that money and a lot more in time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll get to hang out with me. Unfortunately, you'll have to hang out with Josh. But
oof.
Take the
Brian Bohannon says at Tersh, Florida, Georgia game. Are you in? Bring Josh. I'm inviting Everett live podcast. By the way, I would love to go to a Florida, Georgia game. That would be amazing.
I'm always in. Josh is always invited, but he never comes.
Wow.
Well, that's because it's like the month of October. Like we're literally.
Yeah.
It is.
We're doing
is it that weekend
in the country?
It's not that. It's not 10-3, 10-5. That game.
I hope not. Man, that would suck.
No. That'd be crazy. I would love. That'd be amazing, dude. Going to a Florida game. Very, very, very cool. I'm stoked. Actually, I'm excited about going to maybe a UT game this year. I'm going out. My buddy's son going to Texas Tech, going out to Lubbock to go watch a game out there. That'll be a lot of fun. But so by the way, since I got off topic, but since I was always an NFL guy and I like certain sports or whatever, but man, college football, I got in the last because I moved to Texas and it's like college football is just like
how bad did it sting when Georgia beat UT?
Oh, it was bad, dude. It's bad. It's bad.
Guess who?
I gotta put up my,
Guess who was in Dallas when that happened? Me and Josh.
We were hanging out with Roger Wakefield.
We were hanging out with Roger Wakefield, who was talking.
Game?
No,
oh no, the game was in Austin. Yeah,
no,
yeah, he was talking trash the whole time.
Yeah,
the whole day he was talking trash, and I didn't say anything because I just knew we were going to get slaughtered. And then we won. Oh man, it was
Brian.
amazing.
You're talking a lot about going to Florida, Georgia, bro. But I mean, you're a UT guy, bro. And you know I'm a big Longhorn man. I love.
He wears his Longhorn jersey every time when he's at the Florida Georgia game.
Dude, he's an alumni, man. He's he's legit.
He's hardcore.
You know, back then it wasn't as hard to get into, though. You know, it's true though.
We love you, Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
We love you.
Awesome, dude, guys. I love you guys. Awesome. Thank you for coming on. I hope everybody comes to your event.
Hanging out with us, dude.
Yep, very, very cool. Guys, I'll see you next time. I got a whole bunch of amazing guests coming on, and again, I just want to real quick, the HVAC Trailblazer event, it overlaps with your event. But if you're in Dallas and you happen to not be in Savannah, Georgia, it's hosted by North Texas TACP. And for those that are just like local people, it's going to be a really cool event. Actually, you can hop on a flight at DFW. There's like 6 legs a day that go out to either Atlanta or Savannah, and you can actually attend both events, which actually probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'm probably going to go, yeah. Brian said New Jersey Community College moving to SEC. By the way, no, I went to Montclair State University, which is not a community college in Jersey. So, all right, guys, awesome. I will check you guys next time. Goodbye.